New week shop update. It's Saturday. Did have a big list of stuff I needed to do. Wife called up the dentist yesterday to see if we could get an appointment, and they had some cancellations today, so that's how we spent the morning. And then I had to vote this afternoon. By the time we got back to the house, it was almost 3 o'clock. I started having a look at what I could do in trying to tidy up the shed and get all sorts of stuff organised out here. I've been moving some things out into the trailer to get rid of that are sort of had it. Moving some pavers around out of the way so I can get some things done over here. I'm not sure if you can tell, it's like, yeah, it's been threatening to storm for the last 2 hours, and it sort of spat on me now and then. And it's now 7 o'clock at night, so I can't really go starting up any power tools. I've got some yard work stuff I want to do. Done it again. It was sunny this morning. I was starting to do some stuff in there. Maybe next weekend. Monday update. Year 12 got that ceiling completed for that whole end bay, and they got this little strip here done, so they've still got one to put there, but they discovered that these two here need to be unscrewed and just adjusted slightly because they'd gone up slightly crooked, which meant that this end one wasn't aligning properly along the beam. So next lesson they'll be tidying that bit up. Still haven't done the door because they decided to focus on the ceiling today, and it was only a 1 hour lesson, so that's actually not too bad. They because this stuff has been up here for so long, they got some of the other sheets sort of cleaned up because they'd been dirty, so they're ready to go up the next lesson. Then once they get those little bits finished, there's this little section here and just there. It needs to have a little bit of roof sheeting put up. They're from previous year group, so they've just been waiting to make sure we got all the full sheets in first before we started cutting sheets down. So they're sort of doing the finish up job, which they're pretty proud of. They're going to be the ones that complete the cafe. I had to take a different route from work the other day, and I was going past the industrial zone, and one factory was chucking out all these pallets, and there's a couple of hardwood ones. They're all heat treated, which is good, so I pulled over in the van and chucked them in the back. Unloaded them yesterday, and I've just got to pull them apart. They'll be good up in the cafe. Came across this pallet on the way into work this morning. It's all mobile, solid hardwood. If I can get nails out, that's couple of good long slats that are what, about 65 by 19 maybe, and what are they, 90 by 19, old decking boards. Nice score. Update for Thursday. Year 12 had a 2 hour class today, and they managed to get that ceiling reorganised, so they ended up having to come right back to here and then redo that section, which meant that these two thin bits did line up with the edge of the beam. While that was being done, another group worked on building the door frame, which
is basically from there to there.
We scrounged through the material out in the construction site to make sure that we had enough. We needed at least three long pieces for the main studs. Basically did a lot of reclaiming. This stuff we've used for formwork in the past. These ones were ones that were salvaged from another building site, Same with the pieces for the door header. Bottom plate was from some practice pieces from when they were doing some roofing before. This bit is actually going to be cut out so the door can sit here, but you basically build the frame with the door bottom plate in place so that it stays square. The top plate we had elsewhere, and all these little bits to basically tie it into the ceiling joists, and then the ceiling got moved right up to the end of that, so, and it's screwed to this frame so it's nice and solid. So we've just got to build a door jamb for that in the door now, sheet that wall area in some way. We're thinking of actually maybe doing a plywood sheeting across the wall and then continuing this pallet motif just along that end wall. And we're thinking not painting this wall now and using perhaps some paint on these flat pallet sections as a contrast to having timber and all that sort of thing all over the place. So they'll be painted and hung on the wall, and they're meant for hanging little herb gardens and things. Year 12 today also managed to get one of these thin sheets that need to finish these sections up the other end. So tomorrow they'll get this little one done here and those little sections just there. So it's only like 3 skinny sheets that need to be done, and the ceiling is finished then. One of the positives and one of the negatives of owning a van for work, I saw more pallets driving home yesterday. Same factory was getting rid of them. They had a lot more than this, but some of them looked really dirty, so I didn't want to get them. This one here, I'm actually thinking, because it's a completely filled in pallet, I'm going to use that to make a sign for the construction space, because some people still don't know where the construction space is in the school. So that's going to be for that. But again, some more hardwood pallets for using up in the cafe, because I think I still need more. If I don't, I've got some hardwood. End of another week. As you can see, the guys have got the wall starting to get it sheeted so that we can put the pallets over it. I've got a piece down the bottom that's going to be that section, then we've got to put a little bit over in the corner. Bottom plate is cut out for the doorway so we can build the door jamb there. Also need a bit of sheeting across there. We just got a thin bit to go there just to be able to mount the pallets to. They got this section of the roof finished, and then they were going well on this one. Got the pieces, we got the other piece just here, and as they were putting it up, they've discovered like how out of square some of the framing is in this school, which I think we discovered with classes in the past when trying to put the sheeting up, realising that it wasn't quite square, and so if you were lining up against one side, perpendicular side wasn't quite square. So if you're lined up here, it wouldn't line up here, or if you're lined up there, it wouldn't line up there, and so it's now transferred across to this section where the sheets are lining up with each other but not lining up with the framework. So we might have to fiddle around with that a little bit next week, because that is the last piece of ceiling to go. GA got up here, got another coat of paint on this section of wall, and he said he's going to do that section on Monday. That part's not being painted, I said that yesterday. It's all coming along well. 2 weeks to cafe launch.